necessity is the mother of invention to supersize and grow our business, especially when we want to supersize and grow our business. Whenever we want to do something, start something, accomplish something, reach a goal, create something, guess what? We have to invent it. Everything we see, everything we use, everything around us is someone else's idea or invention, right? Everything that makes our lives work is someone's invention. I am appearing as Pajama Grandma today, which was an invention. It was a necessity for me to invent Pajama Grandma. And I'll tell you that story in a minute. Where and how long has this particular idiom or proverb been with us? Of course, since ancient Greeks, when Plato discussed it in his Republic, not in English, of course. It wasn't until 1894 that it was translated into English by Jowett or somebody by that name. I don't remember his name. And then, of course, Frank Zappa in 1964 used it in a song and then exploded. Necessity is definitely the mother of invention. And if you really need something, all it means is that if you really need a solution to a problem, or if you really need something, the more urgently, the more necessarily a solution is, the more critical it is that you find a solution, the more creative you'll become, the more likely you are to actually figure it out, believe it or not. I think of procrastination, and we can procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate, but when that deadline comes due, guess what? All of a sudden we find the energy to get the task at hand done, to get the report done, to get the school project done, to get the work project done, whatever it is, the at-home honey-do list project, whatever it might be. So I actually love this expression, this idiom. And I would say about Pajama Grandma, when I first came to the online world from the offline world, in the offline world, I didn't have a whole lot of problem just, showing up and being myself and doing things my own way. I'd had my own businesses for, 3 or 4 decades by then, closer to 4 than 3, admittedly. But, and I didn't have a problem with that. But when I came online, I felt like a newbie. Why? Because I was a newbie and I didn't really feel confident in all the things that I was doing. I was learning a lot of things. I had a lot of skills, but I was nervous and scared to apply them. And one of those was, of course, doing live video. I don't know why, but for the vast majority of us human beings, the thought of showing up on video, on camera, is terrifying. Now, I am a person that has actually had a sudden cardiac arrest and died and lived through that and survived that. So why on earth would I be afraid to do live video? I don't know, but I was. Mainly probably because everybody tells you you should be afraid of it, right? So what did I do? I did my first video with, actually I've got a beaver puppet on a shelf back there to remind me of my very first video. I did my very first video, I think it was something for Jim Edwards, and I did it with this beaver puppet that I named after my youngest sister, which is super mean, but it ended up giving me the confidence to just do the video. Now, that's the only video I've ever done that I did over and over and over again with respect to takes. And I learned on that first experience, if I ever wanted to post a video and figure out how to do it, I couldn't go back and watch every video that I made and then edit it and do things with it. I would never have gotten any done. But over the next few months, I was looking for something that would be me, but it made me feel better about doing online video. It was necessary. I knew I needed to. I had to do online videos, and I had to be okay and comfortable with it if I was going to get any leverage or make any progress online. So I realized that I was in my pajamas like the better part of the day. Not like when I used to have to go to the shop every day. I used to call my Italian food manufacturing business the shop. I don't know why I liked calling it the shop. And so when I go to the shop every day, of course I had to get up, get dressed, and actually drive there and go to the manufacturing facility every day. And once I didn't have to do that anymore after my divorce, I wanted to do things online. And I realized that there would be days where I was in my pajamas all day. And so I had become a grandma during that time period, and I thought, heck, I'm just the pajama grandma. Now with the election and things, I'm not sure I want to say how much time I spend in my pajamas or in my basement, but that is another story altogether. But I decided that I would be the pajama grandma, and I would let that part of my persona come out. And it wasn't until last year with COVID, again, another change that created a necessity, that I decided I was going to stop being pajama grandma and I needed to figure out some other way to show up. And that's when the necessity of figuring out what was I going to do, how was I going to get back, how was I going to keep moving forward, the Get Up and Go Challenge was born, and now I'm doing the 6 30-plus day Get Up and Go Challenge, just started February 1st, and doing that as my way to give back. But all of those things, all the things that we do, all the solutions we come up with, we don't come up with solutions to problems until we're challenged or something changes or we have a problem. And then the problem, depending on how urgent or important it is, will force us to find a solution. Hopefully the best solution possible for us at the time. And as things change, we'll come up with better and more creative solutions. It's one of the things I love about being an engineer is we get to use our creativity to solve problems and find solutions that maybe people have never thought of before, or combining ideas to create solutions that have never been done before, which is always a whole lot of fun. And it serves us and our businesses as well as the people we serve so much better. So I would love to know your experience with necessity being the mother of invention or the father of invention. Of course, Thomas Edison is the father of invention. Him and his 10,000 tries to make a light bulb. I mean, I think almost every child knows that story if we're still teaching it in school. And most adults, if they've ever done any form of personal development or learning and studying on their own, they know the story of Thomas Edison. Especially those of us that have started and been running businesses on our own. We know that things don't work out the first time, and every time we try something doesn't mean it's going to work exactly how we had hoped or planned, but it doesn't mean we give up. We just keep trying until we get it figured out. So love to know your take on this. How has COVID-19 necessitated that you've changed your business and how you do business? Every single business owner I work with, every single business owner I talk to has had to make massive changes in how they operate their business if they're still open, how they're preparing to open when they are allowed to open, or how they have substituted doing things from the offline world to the online world, or from just in their remote location to serving customers in many different ways. Online orders, phone ordering, pickup and delivery, all kinds of things that they've been talking about wanting to do for years and they just hadn't gotten around to. But necessity made it essential that they did that in 2020 if they want to stay in business. Now, over 100,000 restaurants alone have gone out of business in 2020 and into 2021 and closed permanently due to the COVID pandemic. But those aren't the people that remembered necessity as the mother of invention, or they would still be in business. That's it. Have an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up, ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business right now? Take care.